Hey my friends, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing well. My name is Dorian Koholi, and for today's video we have another speed build. We are building a basement apartment in Britechester. This was built on the, I think it's the Honeydew Fields lot, and I've used this lot before, I think for my one tile wide building, but it's a cool lot. But what I ended up doing is I kind of wanted to, I chose Britechester because I thought it would make sense for like a college town to have an apartment like this. But I also wanted to recreate some of the effects, some of the feel, the surrounding houses in the neighborhood, where you have like the main entrance on the main level, but then you have like, it goes down to like a little like a little basement level that has another door. In my mind, these houses are old enough. Those were probably like the servants' entrance back in the day, I would assume. I don't know a lot about these houses, but I figured nowadays it'll probably converted to a basement apartment, and that's what I did here. So I took two live edit buildings just to kind of fill out the lot. It looks better from the front. If you look at it from the side, they kind of extend off the lot a little bit, so I couldn't do much with it, but I think from the front it looks good. And then you have a little fenced up area. You go downstairs and you have a nice and decent sized basement apartment. I mostly subbed the basement apartment to match like the larger building, so the smaller building is just there just to kind of fill out the lot. But it has one bedroom, one bath, a decent sized living space, and a kitchen. I did want to try really hard to make this like starter home friendly, because I built other basement apartments and kind of stuff like that before, but I always end up going crazy with the furniture. I think one time I built a basement apartment in Willow Creek and it ended up being like $70,000. So I very much want to keep this as a starter home, at least if you buy it. If you rent it, I'm sure hopefully that'll make it even cheaper as well. I'm going to upload two versions to the gallery. One is just like a base game starter home. I'm also going to set up one as a rental. Use that with caution. I know sometimes rental lots, especially if there's a bunch of items, can cause save file corruption. I'm hoping that's one of the things that the Sims team is going to try to fix during this like 8-week like QA period that they're about to go into. But yeah, in the meantime, that's pretty much it. So this is built in Britechester, Honeydew Fields. It is starter home friendly. It does use a decent amount of packs. I wasn't necessarily trying to be like pack restricted here. I think if anything, it's mostly Discover University because it's Britechester. I definitely use some Dream Home Decorator items. I think I even used some of the new like Grange Mudroom stuff. But yeah, I think that is pretty much it. Another speed build. I want to try to get back into a decent clip with videos, going back to twice a week. As I mentioned in my last video, it's been kind of hard to get back into that rhythm, coming back off of vacation and with my son's school starting back up, work picking up, but I'm going to try very hard too. But with all that, I will let you guys enjoy the rest of the speed build, and I will see you shortly for the lot tour. Alright, so welcome back. We're going to do a little bit of a lot tour here. So just to kind of show you, these are kind of the houses I was trying to recreate. So you have like the big townhome, and then you have the main entrance up on the first floor, but then you have like a little basement level that goes down. I don't know, I'm assuming these were like servants' entrances or maybe like staff entrances at some point in time, but I don't know that enough of that. But I could see nowadays they're being converted into small apartments, which is kind of what I wanted to try to do here. So I ended up using 2 live edit houses just to kind of fill out the lot. You can see from the front it looks perfectly normal. From the back, because they kind of extend out past the lot a little bit, it looks a little sparse here, but I tried to at least fill it on the sides with some plants and stuff. Nothing too crazy. And then yeah, let's go down into the basement. So you have the main entrance here. Houses, you can't get into them, but you can take this down into the basement. We have a little mailbox, we have a trash can, we have this this was a live edit plant from Businesses and Hobbies. I'm not sure why the game added a second mailbox, because I have the apartment one down here, but just in case it's needed, I'm just gonna stick it right there. I think I'll be fine. And then going down into the basement, you have a small living room with a TV and an easel and a few places to sit. We have the kitchen. I was able to squeeze a laptop in here, which I thought was pretty cool given the price. Appliances, these are from the Restoration Workshop kit. I like the idea of having them like an older style to make it look like when the owners were trying to furnish this place, they just went to like a used appliance store. So I used the fridge, stove, and the coffee maker. I did the live edit versions that are already restored, so you don't have to worry about that. But we have, you know, a few cabinets with the coffee maker for the few little debug coffee bags up here. Nothing too crazy. And then we have the bedroom. So this one is pretty straightforward. We have the bed, we have a bunch of posters. I think it's a mix of Love Struck and City Living. Just being the nature of basement apartment, I knew there wasn't going to be too much opportunity for exterior lighting in here, but I did want to build like a little, whatever little bump out here so we can put windows in so you can see into the basement, but you can't like go down here or anything. It's just kind of like an open spot. I'm not sure how realistic that is, but it looked somewhat realistic to me, so I figured we'd keep it in there. These are from the new Grange Mudroom kit, this little shelf and these shoes. I think this is from Everyday Clutter, but you can kind of set up in a way so it kind of looks like it's hanging off the pegs, which I thought was kind of neat. And then this is from Businesses and Hobbies. So like I said, I did use quite a few packs. I wasn't trying to be too restrictive with it, so yeah. But in here we have the bathroom. This is probably bigger than it needed to be, but it's, you know, it functions, it does a job. We have a shower, bath shower, so that way if you did want to have like an infant or something in here, you can wash them, or a pet, you can bathe them in here. We have a sink, we have the toilet, we have toilet paper, obviously, and I mean that's pretty much it. It's a basement apartment. It's pretty straightforward. So, but I think I was able to still make it a starter home and make it look somewhat decent. It's not too sparsely decorated. The walls that I envisioned kind of butting up against the exterior, I made those like more like concrete looking walls and just have them painted. And then the more interior walls, we did like tile. We have like the wood paneling over here, and I think this is like drywall, stucco, whatever it is, but you know, that's pretty much it. We have our basement apartment starter home. All right, so putting this up on the gallery as if I put this up on the gallery as a starter, as an actual starter home, which I'm going to do here, still call this Britechester basement apartment. This is the starter home version. Hope you enjoy. Hashtag DorianKoholi. All right, so this is $18,555. I think the lot itself is like $1,500, so it'll give you a little bit of money to play around with. But you have a computer and you have an easel, so you at least have enough money to start building skills, find a job, and all that good stuff. So we'll put this one up, and then you see we do end up using quite a few packs, some of them for relatively minor things, so apologies for that. But I'd say at the very minimal, I would have Discover University, because this is built in Britechester, and probably Dream Home Decorator. That's Dream Home Decorator or Tiny Living. Those are probably the ones where I use most of the stuff. Anything else I think could probably subbed in from base game. But yeah, so that's that version. I do also want to create a rental version, so we'll do is unowned. Okay, it's not unowned, so I have to go back out to the manage worlds. All right, so we're gonna kick out my, would you like to evict? Yes, I would. All right, we're going to create the residential rental version. Change lot type, sure. We can say that's shared, that's fine. So everything else in here will be, honestly, I don't know what difference it makes if this is shared or not, but I'll just leave it as shared just in case. Everything else is for the single apartment. Awesome. So let's go ahead. Do we need to configure anything? I don't believe so. I think we're good. So let's put this one up on the gallery as well. I'll call it BC Basement Apartment Rental, just to differentiate it from the other one. So we'll put that up as well. And again, same packs. The difference here is you're definitely going to want for rent if you want to download this as a residential rental, but that's pretty much it. There's 2 versions on the gallery. My gallery tag is Dorian Koholi, same as my YouTube channel, same as my X, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. I hope you enjoy. So thank you guys for watching another Sims 4 speed build. If you like this video, please consider dropping a like. Please leave a comment if there's any other types of builds you'd like to see me do, or any other thing else you want to see in general. Like I said, I am trying to get back into a regular clip, so I'll have more builds, more gameplay stuff. I think I'm overdue for a 100 baby challenge episode. I also have some cool ideas in mind as we get into October and as we get into the new Adventure Awaits pack. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I hope you consider doing so. I am trying to grow this channel. You guys have been such an amazing and immense support for that so far, so thank you. But with all that, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you next time, friends. Bye, everybody.